I answered the phone because my parents were having a meeting at my house in our living room with other grown-ups. There were always meetings. There were always grown-ups. And that they had brown skin or pink skin didn't matter that much to me as a 6-year-old. I addressed them as Dr. Bates, Mr. Thomas, Mrs. Gibson, ma'am, sir. I wished they'd bring their children. I answered the phone that night, properly. Branscombe residence, Mary speaking. A man's voice on the other end asked to speak to my father, the N-word lover. Even today I can't say that word. But back then I'd never even heard it. Who? I thought the lover part must mean my mom. The phones in those days had long cords that attached to the wall. I held the phone to my chest and stretched it out to where the grown-ups were. Excuse me, Mom? There's a man on the phone, and he said he wants to talk to the N-word lover, and I don't know if that's you or Dad. My mother and father leapt up, saying, "We don't say that word," and my dad grabbed the phone. The adult faces around me showed shock, compassion, anger. I was ashamed, and I didn't even know why. The man hung up, but it didn't matter. There were more calls like that, and later there were threats, and then moments like this day. Someone had thrown a Molotov cocktail on our porch. It could have gone through a window and set curtains on fire and the rest of the house, but it went out. I'm sure my parents were worried, but I think in this picture my dad looks a little proud. He was the first newspaper editor to write in favor of integration. My parents were both civil rights activists in addition to their regular jobs. And even as a kid, when I went to dinner at my friends' houses, I realized that most of them were not talking about Martin Luther King and fair housing at the dinner table. My sisters and I were just expected to work on campaigns and go to marches. But I was lucky. My friends were my friends, and they were black, white, brown, yellow. I felt immensely fortunate. My mother swore that she would never run from man's inhumanity to man, no matter what. I think the price of that is what's on my dad's face in this photo. He died last year, and I just got this photo back. I don't need it, but I'll put it where I can see it, just so I can remember the price you sometimes need to pay when trying to do the right thing, and what that looks like.